Ciao Milanisti, it's your boy Kush in the Milan corner. So looks like you guys like the rumor or real segment, so we're just gonna make that a summer thing for the transfer market. Now, before I dive into these guys for today's episode, I just want to give a warm welcome to all the new subscribers, all the new viewers. Thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you can watch the Milan corner videos as soon as I upload them. Alright, so kicking things off with Hakan the ungrateful Calhanoglu. So this is Hakan's last year in his contract. He's been getting paid 2.5 mil per season. Milan tried to negotiate with him, give him a pay increase, made an offer for 4 million a season, but Hakan and his entourage want 7 million for the season. And to that, I have to say, what? Milanisti, a pay increase to 7 million from 2.5 million. That's almost tripling his wages. It means he's gonna get to pay the same amount as Zlatan Ibrahimovic. On top of that, at 7 million, Calhanoglu is gonna be making more than Kessie, Benacer, Theo Hernandez, and Kjaer combined. So Hakan Calhanoglu thinks that his value to Milan is the same as Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and he should be paid more than 4 of our top players combined. See, the latest reports say Calhanoglu has rejected Milan's offer at 4 million, and to that I have to say, thank you very much, please leave. So hopefully the news that he's rejected his offer from Milan and will be moving on is real. I'm done with these players jerking around our management. They don't understand who they're dealing with. This quote by a Sky journalist summarizes it perfectly. Raiola thought that he was gonna jerk around Maldini and get exactly the sum that he wanted because he's always gotten used to getting his way. And that sentiment was also reflected in the minority shareholder statement that they released about Donnarumma and Calhanoglu's contract issues, in which they unequivocally said, Milan belongs to those who love it, not the ones who want to exploit it. Simon Kjaer and Fikayo Tomori's partnership was one of the main reasons why in the last 5 games were able to get continuous clean sheets and make it to the Champions League. So the fact that the Rossoneri are trying to firm up this deal and make Tomori a permanent Milanista makes complete sense. Milan already paid 1 million to get him on loan. His value was 28 million. Reports suggest that Milan are ready to fork up the remaining 27 million. And I think all of us would say Fikayo Tomori's move to Milan, that's real. A lot of you guys in the last video left in the comments, what about Giroud? You didn't talk about Giroud. Well, here's Olivier Giroud. Guys, the last time I didn't really talk too much about Giroud because Luca Marchetti of Sky came out and said that Milan are not that focused on Giroud. They actually want a younger striker. And if they can secure that, they will bring Giroud on. However, as time has progressed, the rumors about Giroud have intensified. It does sound like Elliot is not fully convinced on the Giroud move. They are hesitant about it because they saw what happened with Mandzukic. Mandzukic signed an expensive contract with Milan for 6 months and scored 0 goals. And they don't want a repeat of that with Giroud. On top of everything, Giroud is 34 years old. He wants a 2-year contract. He's getting paid 6 million at Chelsea. And he's probably going to want something similar because his transfer to Milan will be for free. But it does seem like the reports that are coming out about Giroud, they're real. Milan's interest in him is real. And it's very likely that it's just a matter of time in the next couple weeks that Milan will solidify that deal. Moving on to another striker, Gianluca Scamacca. Milan had repeatedly shown their interest in the winter mercato. However, management ended up putting their trust in Leao and then signing Mario Mandzukic for that role. Guys, it looks like Scamacca, who did score 12 goals last season, is a quality center forward, but the links that are being created between him and Milan at this point in time, I believe they're just rumors. Milanisti, looks like Carlo Ancelotti has shocked the footballing world, ended his contract at Everton, and he's going to be moving to Real Madrid. Everything essentially is dependent on Ancelotti now. If Carletto wants to hold on to Brahim Diaz, he's not going to be coming to Milan. But at this point in time, the reports that Milan are tracking Brahim Diaz, they do want to bring him back for at least 1 more season, potentially adding a buy option in there. I think those reports are real. Milan do want to bring Brahim Diaz to the San Siro. Which brings us to Lorenzo Insigne. Look at Insigne's face. He looks like he's shocked to be a part of this episode. Guys, Lorenzo's contract with Napoli ends next season. As you can see, he makes 4.6 mil. De Laurentiis wants to re-sign Insigne at a lower wage of 3.5 mil, whereas Insigne is looking for a pay increase to 5 mil. I find it almost shocking that ADL is looking at these numbers, 19 goals, 11 assists, and saying, hey, how about a pay decrease for you, bro? But that's the reality of what's going on in Naples. Milan are tracking Insigne, but for Insigne to leave this club and come to Milan, guys, at this point in time, I think it's a big fat rumor. Moving on to Jermaine Pezzella before we close things off with Mauro Icardi. So as we all know, Alessio Romagnoli did not have the best second half of the season with Milan. He has 1 year left on his contract with the Rossoneri, but biggest problem of all, he's represented by Mino Raiola. Milan does not want to negotiate his contract in the last year and see him leave for free as well. So Milan's focus is really to re-sign Romagnoli either in this summer, and if those negotiations look like they're not working, Milan want to sell Romagnoli. And if you get rid of your captain in and a player who used to be our first choice center back, it's best to replace him with someone experienced, and that's where German Pezzella comes into play. He's 29 years old, plays in the Serie A, fairly inexpensive. A player of his characteristics is a perfect replacement for someone like Romagnoli. So there's not a lot of news about this transfer, maybe because Pezzella doesn't have a very high profile, but I think this is something that can be real. What do you guys think about Alessio Romagnoli being replaced by Pezzella? Alright, so Mauro Icardi has been one step ahead of this episode. He already put on his Instagram saying that these news articles are all rumors, but keep in mind, this report by Repubblica came out today saying that Milan are keeping an eye on Icardi. Now, Icardi's contract is still 2024, so you can't really get that much of a discount on him. His salary is pretty high too, and Milan very likely would have to spend north of 40 to 50 million to sign him. However, the one thing, PSG's transfers are handled by Leonardo, former Milan player, former Milan coach, former Milan director. Maldini and Leonardo have an amazing relationship. And if for whatever reason Mauro Icardi feels unsettled at PSG, considering that Neymar and Mbappe are going to eat into Icardi's goal tally, the report suggests that Maldini is trying to leverage his good relationship with Leonardo to bring Icardi back to the San Siro. However, I agree with Icardi here, guys. I think this report, in my opinion, that's a rumor. And one of the biggest reasons it's a rumor is because Milan making one Champions League does not get that much money. Apparently, Milan got a bonus of 40 million for making the Champions League, and that 40 million has already been spent on Maignan and bringing Fikayo Tomori back to Milan. So Milan are looking for fairly inexpensive deals, loan deals, cheap players who can also add technical value to the club. For example, Brahim Diaz, Diogo Dalot, and Fikayo Tomori. What do you guys think about the profiles mentioned? Which ones do you guys think Milan is actually going to end up signing, and which ones, as we say, are just rumors? Make sure to let me know in the comment section. Once again, thank you to all the new viewers and subscribers. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Like this video if you think Olivier Giroud is coming to Milan. As always, Forza Milan, grazie mille e ciao tutti!